Welcome back to my views and news. Three main news stories. First one from Mekelle. Complaints are coming in from Mekelle. We have details for you. Secondly, Oromo Liberation Army seems to have suffered a setback on the southern front. That is why new fronts are being opened by OLA. Ethiopian National Defense Force is claiming control of 7 districts of Guji and Borana, which were under OLA for years. Where is OLA now? Has it been completely eliminated from Southern Oromia? Or has it shifted to some other place? Details for you. And thirdly, Eritrean President's cousin, Isaiasafwerki's cousin, reportedly has been arrested in the United Arab Emirates. Who is he? Why was he arrested? UAE is a key ally of Eritrean government. Red Sea Trading Corporation, a top Eritrean business body, has its headquarters in the UAE. Why was he arrested? Firstly, viewers, Mekelle, Tigray's capital, where long queues can be seen outside ATM, outside banks. People are trying to withdraw money, but limits have been imposed. You cannot withdraw more than 1500 birrs. This is the limit, and some banks are imposing the limit of 2000 Ethiopian birrs. So that is what is being allowed to withdraw. Though banks are gradually resuming their services in Tigray, in Mekelle, Commercial Bank of Ethiopia resumed operations in Tigray, in Shire, Humera, then Mekelle too, and after that Wagon Bank announced its start of operations, Enbesa Bank as well. Banks are resuming operations in Mekelle, in Tigray, but still limits are imposed, and you cannot withdraw thousands of Ethiopian birrs from their own accounts. So people cannot withdraw from their own accounts thousands of birds. Only 1500 or at maximum 2000 birds are allowed to be withdrawn. That is why long queues can be seen outside banks, outside ATMs in Mekelle. Secondly, people are complaining about the procedure of aid distribution. They say that favoritism is being adopted. Aid distribution is not transparent. Favorites are being given more aid, and there is no transparent mechanism for aid distribution in Mekelle. People try to protest as well. They try to approach the relevant quarters so that there could be improvement in the distribution of aid to the actual needy people. But so far there are issues. There are always issues when there is aid distribution. It's difficult to determine the financial status of the recipients. So there are always issues. It's not something new. And we have been hearing about these issues for months. Even before the signing of the agreement, there were issues. And before August as well, there were issues, which we shared with you, I think, in some videos too. So it's not something new, but now when federal forces have entered Mekelle and banks are resuming operations, TPLF should improve its efficiency as well. Though aid distribution is largely done by organizations, but government, federal government, regional government, they are part of aid distribution process as well. They must ensure that those who are in dire need of aid, are prioritized and they receive aid before others who are largely well-to-do, because those who are well-to-do are being preferred reportedly. That is why we are receiving these complaints that those who are close to government officials, those who are close to TPLF's officials and leadership, they are being preferred in this aid distribution mechanism. Secondly, viewers, Oromo Liberation Army, as I've been reporting, that OLA suffered military setback on southern front. I reported that, I think, weeks ago in several videos, and it is now being confirmed largely. Ethiopian National Defense Force around 24 hours ago claimed the control of 7 districts of Guji and Borana. In a statement, Ethiopian National Defense Force said that the areas were under the control of Shene, ENDF calls OLA Shene, for years, and now these areas are back under government control. These places, these districts are in Guji, Borana, West Guji. We are in touch with OLA spokespersons too. We talk to them to get their position about this development. OLA side says that OLA has not suffered any military setback on a southern front, but OLA has shifted its people, its fighters from southern front to eastern front. RC and Harage are new battlefronts where OLA is trying to consolidate its position. Fighters from southern front, they have been told to move towards Eastern Oromia, Harage and RC. Though OLA still has some presence in Guji and Borana, we cannot say that OLA is completely out of these places, Southern Oromia. But their official position shared with me by some people close to OLA, though not through any statement, their position is that they are changing battlefronts. They are now they're mobilizing their people, their fighters on eastern front in RC and Harage, especially RC. So in coming days, RC could be a key front in the fight between OLA fighters and government forces. My assessment is that OLA was forced to retreat from Southern Oromia. Having said that, we have not seen large number of OLA fighters arrested or killed. If government forces have taken control of entire Guji and Borana, where are OLA fighters? There were thousands there. Who are they? Where are they? How many have been arrested? How many have been killed? How many have been injured? No details. It means, yes, OLA has lost territories, but the organizational strength, their personnel strength is there. And they are scattered in Southern Oromia, and large number of them has been, they've been told to move towards Eastern Oromia, RC, Harage. Thirdly, viewers, human trafficking is a global issue, not just an Ethiopian or Eritrean issue. But since Eritreans flee the country like others, we see that these Eritreans are the victims of atrocities, of exploitation, of sexual abuse at the hands of human smugglers. There are tens of thousands of Eritrean refugees in Ethiopia, tens of thousands perhaps in Sudan as well, in Libya too, in Kenya as well. So they want to flee Eritrea because of economic reasons, because of Isaiasafwerki's governance, which people say is dictatorial regime, which has no regard for human rights in the country. So people want to flee, especially youth. So conscription is another reason. because education and military training are linked. Now, what is happening is that smugglers are making money, human traffickers are making money. Isaiasafwerki's cousin has been arrested in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. UAE is a key ally of Eritrean government because UAE has Red Sea Trading Corporation's headquarters. And while Eritrea is under sanctions from EU, US, its trading activities are done through Red Sea Trading Corporation, which has its headquarters in the UAE. So UAE is an ally, a supporter of Isaiasafwerki. Isaiasafwerki's cousin has been arrested in the UAE. His name is Kidane Zacharias Heptemariam. Kidane Zacharias Heptemariam. It is said that he is Isaiasafwerki's cousin. And he was arrested over human smuggling, human trafficking charges. It is said that he is involved in human trafficking. He was wanted for years. He is close to Isaiasafwerki's government, and he is now in prison in the UAE. We don't know if he is close to Isaiasafwerki or close to the Eritrean government, but it's the responsibility of Eritrean government as well that those human traffickers who are arrested abroad and who are Eritrean and who have been exploiting Eritreans, Eritrean government should ensure their prosecution. If you remember, a few months ago, there were clashes between pro-Eritrean government and Eritrean opposition groups in diaspora in Europe. And then Eritrean government wrote letters to a government in Europe. I think it was Germany or some other country. And Eritrean government demanded action against opposition groups which tried to disrupt Eritrean embassy organized programs in Europe. I think Eritrean government should take up the issue of these smugglers as well. Those smugglers who are Eritrean, who have been exploiting Eritreans, who are in prison in Ethiopia, in UAE, in the countries, they should be prosecuted. And Eritrean government should ensure prosecution, should ensure that these people are punished. I don't know if Eritrean government is taking up this issue or not, but the issue should be taken up by Eritrean government because you know what happens when these refugees leave Eritrea. Dozens die on their way. Some are paralyzed, some are injured, some are sexually abused. Not all of them manage to reach their destinations. That is why it's the responsibility of government, at least to ensure that these smugglers remain behind bars and they're punished abroad. And if they can be, if there are agreements between Eritrea and other countries of handing over of prisoners, Eritrea should try to get them back to Eritrea, and formal charges in Eritrea should be pressed against them. Let's see, will Eritrea take up this issue? That remains to be seen. Thank you for watching.